Dan, you're not that guy. Why don't you release the reins now and see what Ben Johnson can be? If he's not the guy, well, then you know later on in the year. But don't try to hold him back.
I think this is just setting up for a lot of cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah. Dan, you're not an offensive play caller.
Guys, I want to play for you a little clip from Dan Campbell. You know, last year he took over the play calling responsibilities from the offensive coordinator, Anthony Lynn, at the time. And he did pretty well towards the end of the season. Now, they named Ben Johnson the offensive coordinator this offseason. So who will call the plays? Here's what Dan Campbell had to say about it today.
The first preseason game, if we put up 85 points, I'm going to name him right there. When we walk off the field, Carlos. Well, 84 might do it too. No, I think just, look, I don't want to. I'm really not even worried about it right now, to be honest with you. I just want to take it as it comes and see how he goes with it, and see how he handles running the offense, doing what I need to have done on my end, and kind of my viewpoint, and see how the quarterbacks are and just everything, and then go from there, and. I'm kind of I think you guys know this. I'm a gut guy, so I'm going to trust my gut to make that decision when the time's right.
We want to thank our Corey Woods, Woodward Sports Lions reporter, for that question to Dan Campbell. Got a really unique answer that you didn't like, Braylon.
I didn't. One thing about it is you want to have your play caller. You want to have your signal caller. Here we are. We're in June now, ladies and gentlemen. This is June. This is June 2nd, to be exact. We are how many days away? 98 days now from the season. You want to have your guy already in place. I remember every time that I had success, we had started working off with that guy in January. And if it was somebody that was new, start off working with that guy in February. Start off working with that guy so you guys know what he expects of you. Talking about an offensive play caller. Talking about what is his offense. What is his concept? What is his chemistry? What is he asking of the X and Z and Y wide receivers? What is he asking of the tailbacks? What is he asking of the offensive line and the quarterback? You want to know these things right away. You don't want to be waiting until, let's see, it's a gut type of thing, and I'm trying to wait to get to training camp, and let's see how things go in training camp. Or maybe not as far as training camp, but maybe when we're done with mini camp, which should be ending soon. You gotta have your guy now. That way, you guys can already start working on what are you trying to be? What is the identity?
Yeah.
And if you don't have that guy in place right now, you're still steadily trying to find it through training camp. And then that means if a guy changes during the season, now you're trying to figure it out during the season, which means you're going to waste the first 3 to 4 games of the season trying to figure out what the identity is for the Detroit Lions. We're trying to figure out, what does this offensive coordinator want to do? How does he want to get the ball out of Jared Goff's hands? I just don't like that thing. And I'm not trying to be nitpicking. I'm not trying to say, you got to find something to nitpick with the Detroit Lions. I just think this is something serious. You want to have a guy in place already.
Last year, Anthony Lynn, when he was calling the plays, the Lions struggled, and we all know that. And then, before you know it, Dan Campbell, to save his own hide, started calling the plays. They got better as the year went on. Anthony Lynn stepped away. I forgot what team he left to go to.
I forget.
Now.
San Francisco 49ers.
Is he with the Niners?
That's right,
Yes, he's with the Niners.
Yeah.
Thank you. We love Coach Lynn.
Consulting.
Yep, we love Coach Lynn. We wish him the best. So Dan Campbell, he took the bull by the horns last year. He's like, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down my way. So he's got Ben Johnson now, first-time offensive coordinator. Supposedly the guy is an up-and-comer, and he knows what he's doing. But Dan Campbell, it's still his show. So as the head coach, if he wants to split play calls with him or kind of give it to him little at a time, I think the players respect where he's coming from. My opinion.
Go ahead, Bray.
I didn't play, though.
Go ahead, because I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think this is just setting up for a lot of cooks in the kitchen. Yeah. Who's doing what and when. If I have a bad call, does that mean that he's going to strip me from my play calling responsibilities? How is this going to work? Is it going to be a gut? So maybe you call the plays against Green Bay, and then I'll call the plays against Minnesota, and then maybe we can see how that goes for a little while. I mean, you're just leading to a lot of confusion. You're leading to a lot of cooks in the kitchen. And I agree with you, Braylon. I just wish if you want to call the plays. You're the head freaking coach.
Yeah.
If you got enough confidence in the offensive coordinator that you hired to do it, if you're so totally on the same page, let him do it. But this wishy-washy I don't like. I'm not going to lie to you because I really like everything this organization has done for a long time.
Agreed.
With this regime, I do not like this.
Yeah, and like I said, we're not trying to nitpick and match to what you're saying. It would be one thing if Dan Campbell was coming from a situation. I know I'm going way back, kind of dating myself. Let's say like a Charlie
Weiss.
Yes, Charlie Weiss from the Patriots. It'd be different now. He takes over as a head coach. And now he's, calling the plays, and he's waiting to see if that next guy, which is, let's say, Ben Johnson in this moment, he's waiting to see if Ben Johnson can be the guy. But at least Charlie Weiss is a proven play caller. He's a proven offensive genius for what he did for the Patriots and for other teams, and even for Notre Dame and the Giants before that. Like, this is a guy that was learning how to call offensive play calls last year, talking about Dan Campbell. So for him to say, we're going to see, Dan, you're not an offensive play caller. Like, you did.
He played offense.
That doesn't mean anything. I played offense, too. I can't go be an offensive play caller for
you don't
Detroit.
think so?
Yeah, on Madden. Not in real life. It's a real thing to get in there and call plays and be in those moments and know what to expect or know what to call the play against. Here comes the rush and here comes the blitz. Like, it's a real situation. Dan, you're not that guy, so why don't you release the strains? Why don't you release the reins now and see what Ben Johnson can be? If he's not the guy, well, then later on in the year. But don't try to hold him back as you yourself aren't necessarily an offensive guru and genius. That's all I'm thinking.
Yeah, so we'll see how this plays out. Dan Campbell, though, I appreciate the honesty. I just disagree with what he's saying.
Yeah,
I disagree with what he's doing. You're the player here, Braylon.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like that or not, where it's like bouncing back and forth between who's doing what.
Is he helping Anthony? Is he helping Aaron Glenn? Is he helping Aaron Glenn on defense?
No.
So
Not
he's
at
left
all.
Aaron Glenn alone.
I think Aaron Glenn is the head coach of the defense.
Okay.
That's what I think.
I feel like Aaron Glenn might almost be the head coach.
Well,
all right.
I don't think that.
I
think
on defense.
Definitely the head coach of the defense.
On defense.
Yeah.
But no, he's not helping Aaron Glenn at all. He's deferring to Aaron Glenn because Aaron Glenn has shown that he knows what he's talking about. He's shown that he can get his players, no matter what type of players they are, no matter if they're players that we think are starters or players that we think are third string or fourth string, he can get those players to play for him in the type of defense that he wants to run and have success. You saw the Baltimore game, you almost won. You saw the Minnesota game, you almost won. And then you saw a couple wins that you did have in December, especially against the Arizona Cardinals. So he's not helping him. So I wouldn't help Ben Johnson as well. I would see let Ben Johnson do his thing during training camp. During minicamp, then during training camp. Let him do his thing, because you know what? This is something, if you didn't feel that strongly about Ben Johnson, well, guess what? You had from January, because you guys didn't make the playoffs. It's not like you were in the playoffs and you were figuring it out. You didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, he had from last year when he got rid of
Maz. You hit the nail on the head. You took it even one better. You've had since October when you got rid of A-Lin to make a move, and you didn't. So I don't want to hear nothing about this. Well, we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to go with my gut. Your gut should have told you to hire somebody back in October, or let Ben Johnson see what he can do without you leaning over his shoulder.